Welcome back trackside once again, race fans. Night number 2 in the doubleheader here for Swift Motorsports tonight. The Ayers Eye Racing Paints Xfinity Series will try their hands at the 11-turn road course here in beautiful upstate New York. Watkins Glen hosting the doubleheader week here with Swift Motorsports. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you'd all join us here tonight, as always, bringing you all the calls from trackside. Speaking of trackside, temperatures much different from what we seen last week. Track temperature over 100 degrees tonight. Will it give these drivers a fit in qualifying? Speaking of qualifying, let's dive right into some of those times over there on the left-hand side of your screen. Let's see if we can get them dropped down, guys. There it is. Dave Seats, fastest driver earlier today in practice, puts the top of the speed charts with the quick time here in the Premier Racing Setup qualifying session. Dave Seats looks to bring us to the green flag. Dutton and Gand right behind him. Gand going for an unprecedented 5th straight win here with Swift Motorsports. Can he make it 3 in a row behind the wheel of his Toyota Supra? We'll see if he can get to victory lane. Cody Sleeper with a flying lap right there inside of your top 5. Fernandez is going to go 6th on the speed charts, and that's going to do it for qualifying. Everybody has posted their times. Branch and Fernandez will be unable to improve. So that's going to do it for the Premier Racing Setup qualifying session. Quick time belongs to Dave Seats. 1:13:46 is the fast time. So we're going to wrap up the pre-race show, get ready to head to a brief commercial break, and then trackside for your national anthem. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof
And when the flyover finish, drivers begin to start their engines as we get set to roll here tonight from Watkins Glen International Raceway. The Glen 45 on tap. Second night of the doubleheader here at the Glen. Will we see racing action like we seen last night in the Performance Motorsports Truck Series? A little more horsepower, a little more downforce on the rear of these machines. Will we see somebody make a mistake like Jimmy Johnson? Remember those days? We'll find out here in just a few short minutes as drivers roll off of the starting grid. You can hear the music in the background. You know it's time for us to run down tonight's starting lineup in the Glen 45 for the Ayers iRacing Paints Xfinity Series. Inside row number 1, snatching the premier racing setup. The pole award, the number 14 machine of Dave Seats will bring us to the green flag. Bailey Dutton fast as always. The 26 will start just to his outside. Back in row number 2 tonight, Justin Gann, followed by Cody Sleeper. Debut race here tonight for Jake behind the wheel of that 77 machine. We'll see how he goes about it. Only rookie in the field. Will AG be able to work his way to the front? The Cuban Missile Rocket, he's been on a tear as of late. Coming into tonight's racing, 5th in the point standings. Ken Fernandez back up last week's performance with yet another podium run here tonight from the Glen. Jason Branch and Tommy Haynes back in row number 4. And in row number 5 tonight, the 22 of Todd Craig. In Nick Hunt, Casey Duncan, and Gary May will round out row number 6, and bringing up the tail end of the field, the 56 machine of John Wimbish will line up 13th. Big tip of the cap to Don Kidder and Andy Starcher here tonight. Down the hall, race control and admins once again here for Swift Motorsports. The unsung heroes, they're going to have their hands full on this initial restart. So there's your starting lineup as drivers begin to make their way through the final 2 corners. We'll get set to smash that loud pedal for the first time here tonight and get green flag racing underway. The iRacing Porsche pace car gonna duck in. That's gonna be the final time we'll see that into the restart zone. We roll in on the gas. Green flag flies here from the Glen. Seats able to keep Gann behind him for the moment. Gann has Dutton all over his rear deck. There's the 77 making some moves. Jason Branch with a run now. Branch up 2 positions early. That Navy Accelerate Your Life sponsored 28 machine. Cody Sleeper going to drop 2 spots from 4th back to 6th. Falling line with Glen Fernandez right behind him. Todd Craig going to fall in. Look at the Prime Energy Drew Camaro. Oh, looking to the inside. Whew, making a run at it was 17 Tommy Haynes. You see the Depends double on Nick Hunt. And another Toyota Supra in the field here tonight. Things stacked up in the back. Drivers going at it. At the front, 2nd and 3rd up for grabs here on round number 1. Oh, big moment. Haynes way out of shape. Coming through turn number 10. That was either Haynes or that was Todd Craig, the 22 of Todd Craig behind the wheel of that Black Rifle Coffee Company. Sponsored Toyota Camaro having a little bit of trouble. Yeah, if you're listening, you almost caught me saying Chevy Camry. How interesting that would be. Chevy Camry. Can we do it? Let's put a front clip. Back down to the bus stop, everybody chasing after your Premier Racing Setup Pole Award winner Dave Seats well and clear of the field, almost 2 seconds out front as this is the big battle on the track, and Justin Gant says, have at it. You're faster right now. Go ahead, bud. Let's go ahead and let him by. We'll see if we can't work it back to him. How about the rookie in the field, the Speed Stick sponsor on that Toyota Superman? What about Speed Stick? Haven't heard that one in quite some time. We'll see if the 77 can bring it some attention here tonight. Looking good, running well early here tonight. Lap number 2 behind these Xfinity Series drivers with the Arizona Xfinity Series. HE sitting in the 4th position. Cody Sleeper behind him with Bridge, followed by Fernandez. Todd Gray 2.3 seconds back. Struggling a little bit here tonight on the road course is Craig, Tommy Haynes, Nick Hunt, Gary May, John Bush. Finish out your top 12. Casey Bucket in the 11 machine. Whoa, big moment. John Wimbish with a big moment in 1. Woo. Closest battle on the track. Let's go here. Nick Hunt, Tommy Haynes going to go at it back into the bus stop. A little bit out of shape there is Haynes. He's going to give up some ground now. Hunt going to work his way to the outside of the carousel. Tricky little pass on the carousel. That outside lane, you got to really be careful about carrying it a little too far over there on the left-hand side, especially when you're trying to get back on the throttle. The track kind of drops back into an even level there. Overstepping with the left sides. Too much on those curves. Over the curves, I should say, can get you a little bit out of shape, a little squirrely. Everybody able to deal with it so far. We'll see if any drivers have some issues throughout tonight's race. Lap number 4 on the board. We'll drop the timing and score over there to the left-hand side of your screen. Let you find and follow along with your favorite driver in the field here tonight. So as this battle rages on, let's move a little forward in the field. Let's take a look at this Black Rifle Coffee Company number 3, the Camaro of Bruno Fernandez. As we mentioned earlier here tonight, coming out of qualifying into tonight's race, Fernandez top 5 in the point standings, handful of podium positions through these opening 7 weeks. Can he get back to the podium here in week number 8 and really solidify his opportunity to run for a season championship? We're going to see if we can talk to him or not. Roy going out there having a little bit of fun as of late. We're going to have to talk to him about what this root beer pong tournament is all about. See how he went there. See if he gave the competition as much heat as he does week in and week out. Right here behind the wheel of his Xfinity ride with the Ayers Eye Racing Paints Xfinity Series. Things heating up right around that 4th position. Let's go here. Cody Sleeper able to take a position away from the 77. A little bit of a moment, has an off-track excursion, and that's going to allow Sleeper to close right in. Break up the position. Ooh, Sleeper throwing it sideways through the entry of the bus stop. You know, we've been high on Cody Sleeper all season long. He's been, no pun intended, our sleeper pick for a majority of races. You've heard me talk about him. It's nothing new. Don't act like you don't already know. But Sleeper has the opportunity here tonight to turn his season somewhat around. Really start making a push inside of that top 16. Trying to fight for a championship. A lot on the line over the course of these next 3 weeks. We'll see how Sleeper goes about it. Fernandez with a good run, sitting in 6th. Big gaps back from there. Let's go back to the battle at the front of the field. Let's head to the front, guys. Let's get right back there at the front of this field. You saw earlier lap number 2. Justin Gant moved out of the way, moved over, allowed that 26 machine, his teammate, to easily make the position through the carousel. You see Glen kind of fall back in line, bide some time, and here he is. About 5 laps later, starting to knock on the door of that rear deck of Dutton. So the pass may be short-lived. We're going to take a look off of the tail end of that 26 machine, looking back at his teammate, fellow Toyota driver in the field here tonight. 2 Toyotas inside of your top 4, 3 out of your top 5. So the Supra's looking quick. Quick, and talking about quick, look at this out here. This man all but gone already. Out front, showing the way, well in clear Dave seats. Rocket ship here tonight at the Glen. Fastest time of the race belongs to seats at the front of this field, almost breaking into that 112. The lap time, a 1:13.17. The quick time for seats. And just look, that race lead compound itself. My goodness. Let's go back to the battle on the track. This is your only battle for position on track. Right here, second to third. Teammates going at it. These guys, they're no stranger to racing after each other down into one. Nice and easy. Good job by both of the drivers. When you get a little pressure on you from behind, when you get a driver breathing down your neck, it's very easy to overshoot your braking point, right? It's very easy to lock the rear tires up, get a little wheel hop, and upset the balance of the car going into the apex of the corner. That's where we see a lot of the trouble happen in turn number 1. Unfortunately enough, nobody with any issues here tonight so far. So we'll see how the rest of tonight's race plays out. Ichi with some more issues in the debut. Dynamite Kid having some problems. He's going to fall back to the 9th position now. And that's just how quickly things can happen, right? From inside of the top 5, now fighting just to hang on to position inside of the top 10. Jake with some big moments. Let's head back to the battle. Tommy Haynes, Nick Hunt right here. There's that 77 we were just talking about. The 77 Speed Stick Toyota Supra of Jake Aichi, sitting in that 9th position, trying to run down the Prime Energy Drink. 17 of Tommy Haynes. Haynes has had a little bit of struggles here tonight as well. We'll see if he gets those put in his rear view mirror. So he's trying not to worry about what's in his rear view mirror. And of course, racing a very different animal, very different beast. Let's go on board. I do believe we got an onboard shot. Yeah, there it is. On board with the rookie. Oh, in trouble, and there's the wheel hop. There's the wheel hop we were alluding to just moments ago. We were on board with the 77 when he had those problems into turn number 1. We were mesmerized there by the action, just the patience on the throttle through the carousel. Was absolutely phenomenal, getting ready to throw praises his way, and that is just how quickly things can change at a road course. Problems into turn number 1, and he's going to give up quite a bit of a gap. Let's go back to the battle at the front of the speed. Bailey Dutton still sitting in that second position, still has Justin Gann hounding him for position. And this is what racing's all about, right? Teammate or no or not, you're still gonna go after positions. You're still gonna push the drivers around you to their limits, right? It may not be about driving above your limits. It may be forcing drivers to drive above, excuse us, to drive above their limits. Force a mental mistake, a break in the concentration. Here at a road course, an off-track excursion, it's not going to cost you a tenth or two. It's going to cost you a half a second or more. The mistakes are major at road courses, so being there lurking in somebody's mirrors, instantly pressing, pestering, if you will, that kind of gnat in your ear kind of deal, and it can be good enough. You don't have to have the car to make the pass. You just have to have the pressure while in position to force the mistake. A little bit of mistake right there. You can see a little wheel hop now. All sorts of slideways coming through 1. And that's how quick it is. Dutton going to lose that second position as Gann pinned it to the inside, got back on the gas, was able to carry it all the way up through the top of the S's, now down the backstretch, heading into the bus stop chicane. Now, if you're done, what you got to do right now, if you're behind the wheel of that 26 machine, you got to be careful. You already slid those rear tires. You got to be careful here over the course of this next lap or two. Got to let those tires calm back down. It's going to be very easy to press the issue, right? Trying to get that position back, it really hurt the tires. We'll see how he manages it here. Looks to be sitting in a good position. Might have a little look to the inside heading down into turn number 1, but it's going to be a dicey battle with the tires already angry from earlier this lap. Both drivers onto the brakes. You can see the front ends slam down to the track, sealing off that air. A lot of downforce on the hood under braking for these Xfinity Series machines. Lap number 13 on the board. You're watching the Ayers Eye Racing Paints Xfinity Series. We are about 10 laps away from the halfway point here tonight in beautiful sunny Watkins Glen with the Glen 45 in Swift MotorSports. Wine country at its finest here in upstate New York. Absolutely a pleasure to be here. Thank you for joining us here tonight for all of the great road course racing action. If you've just joined us, 13 laps of massive, well, I can't say massive mayhem, no troubles on the track for really any driver here tonight, but a lot of key moments, a lot of great passes being made here tonight so far in the Glen 45. Watching the battle between second and third, these two drivers have continued to go at it lap after lap after lap for probably, I would say, probably somewhere in that range of about 10 laps, to be honest with you. John Wimbish with big struggles here tonight, sitting back in the 13th position, listed 1 lap down. Gary May also 1 lap down. We're watching the battle between second and third. Your race leader, your pole sitter, he has checked out on this field. Absolutely gone early here tonight. As we've got 30 laps to go, Jake H.E. heads to pit road. Pressing hard to try to get the position back. Now is Bailey Dutton. The lap traffic coming into play here late in this run. Both drivers gonna elect to stay out here. May 1 lap down, he's going to stay out, but again going to peel to pit road. First driver inside of your top 5 to elect to come to pit road. A little bit of an early stop here. But again, he went to victory lane last night in the Performance Motorsports Truck Series by maybe about 2 seconds or so. Looks like that's the magic number. Todd Gray also to pit road in his number 22 Black Rifle Coffee Company sponsored machine. Gray just struggling a little bit off pace here tonight. Hasn't been able to crack into that top 5 yet here tonight. So we'll see how the rest of Gray's day goes. Casey Duncan gonna head into pit road. Dave Seat still out on the track, almost in the 11.5 second advantage. My goodness. Dutton gonna head to pit road this time around. Long, slow crawl down the very long pit lane. We're gonna head back out front with your race leader. Dave Seats beginning to close in on that 77 of H.E., who has already been to pit road. Race leader still needs to make his green flag pit stop. The blue flag's obeyed by the 77 speed stick machine. He's gonna allow the race leader to work his way by without any fuss or fight. 14 still gonna have to come to pit road though. Seat still has to come to pit lane. So he's going to give that position back, or the track position, the lap back. Still a long way to go. I'm trying to pull off the mat. And it looks like the 14, he's not going to attempt it any longer. He's going to head to pit road. This time around, Seats may potentially be giving up the race lead for the first time here tonight at the Glen. He unloaded fast and hasn't looked back from there. Let's go back to the man sitting in second for the moment. Cody Sleeper going to bring his Detroit gasket. Miro through the final corner. Does he head to pit road this time around? Yes, he does. Sleeper to big level. Hernandez going to follow suit. Looks like the 3 machine down pit road. 56 of John Wimbish going to visit pit lane as well. Tommy Haynes. Nick Hutt right here going at it for positions 4th and 5th. They're going to stay out on the racetrack. there you can see Dave Seats maintaining the race lead. Has he been able to actually do that? He has. Dave Seats comes to pit road as your race leader, rejoins the race as your race leader, and two drivers behind him, sitting in second and third, still have to hit pit road. It looks like Jason Branch running in that sixth position. He needs to hit pit road still yet tonight. Giving up a lot of time, but these drivers may be eyeballing the chance of a one-stop race. I don't see it happening. I don't see how these drivers can stretch at 22, 23 laps. Right? I mean, that is a big ask. Way out of shape there. And turn number 10 from Nick Hunt. It looks like the double O. He's had enough. He's going to head to pit road for fuel and tires. Staying out on the track will be Tommy Haynes. See Justin Gann starting to close in. Bailey Dutton behind. Dutton losing some ground on pit road. Bailey Dutton losing some ground on pit road one lap later. And then Gann. Those two were nose to tail coming through the final corner. Gann ducked to pit road. Bailey stayed out one more lap. You can see the difference right there. That one lap difference on the tires really has paid dividends for Justin Gann. Looking at time in the pit box, 14:85 for Dutton. 15:17, so almost 4/10, right at a half a second faster was the pit crew of Bailey Dutton. They did their job, but you cannot overcome pressure tires. The undercut does seem to have the benefit, the front end. Let's see if that remains a factor throughout the course of the rest of tonight's race. Still way out front, dominating performance here tonight, just around the corner from the halfway point. Dave Seats. Man, these guys better be lucky there's no road course race in the championship. The championship chase, otherwise they... Man, I'm telling you, this dude right here, he is gone. Absolutely amazing performance here tonight for Dave Seats. Absolutely walking away, knocking on the door of a 10.5 second advantage there. You can see he's down into one as Gann and Dutton just out of turn number 11. Tommy Haynes going to pull his 17 to pit road here. 25 laps to go. Tommy Haynes stretched it all the way. I believe it's going to be about a 21 lap run. So with the math, you're looking at about lap 42. I don't see the benefit of staying out right there. We'll see how the strategy unfolds for the Prime Energy drink. 17 Camaro of Tommy Haynes throughout the course of the rest of the evening. Let's go back to the only battle on track and to nobody's surprise. Gann and Dutton going at it. Second and third on the raceway. Haynes going to rejoin the track back in that 8th position. Still on the lead lap, but race leader Dave Seats, he has got phenomenal pace I mean, last time around, 14:45. Only one driver faster. Bailey Dutton, a 1:13.99, so almost a second faster is Dutton. He's finding some speed now, but stuck behind a very fast teammate, Justin Gann. He's going to have to make a move. He's going to have to try to pull off some sort of pass here. So we're going to go on board with the turn 3 gyro cam. Let's ride a little bit here. With the man sitting in that third position, down one spot from where he qualified, Bailey Dutton rides in third. And I really love these onboard camera shots that we get to listen to all the work being done inside of the office of these extremely talented drivers. There it is, Dutton well off of one. Look to the inside for a moment, not going to be able to make the move. Hot on the trail, going to run up to the rear deck lid. A little breathe on the gas, looking to set up the run out of the final corner. Big wiggle by Glen, who's still struggling to get his Toyota back underneath him. Bailey Dutton with an opportunity. No, he's going to miss the corner. Bailey Dutton blows the corner through the chicane, and rather than make contact, he is going to give up a ton of time. And there it is, that mistake. We talked about mental errors earlier tonight, the lack of concentration. I don't want to chalk that up to either one of those moments. That was just Dutton hard on the brakes just a little bit later than Gann. And instead of just butting and pushing Gann out of the way, makes a gentleman decision, gives up the opportunities, avoids a crash, takes a little time, a little extra time on the stopwatch, but he lived to fight another day. Bailey Dutton now 2.3 seconds behind. And we'll see if this 26 machine can reclose the distance back to his teammate. Let's head back here. Let's take a little look at these guys. Going after each other. It's going to be a battle of the brewing company's finest here at the Glen. Well, instead of coffees battling, why not wineries, right? The East Coast capital of wine country right here, Watkins Glen. You can find some great vineyards around this area here in upstate beautiful New York, and going at it for the moment is the Black Rifle Coffee Company number 22, followed by the Bass Pro Shops Black Rifle Coffee Company. Romero of Roy Fernandez battle for a finish inside of the top 5. Cray up 4 positions in control of the spot for now. Big shout out to our biggest fan, one of our biggest fans here week in, week out, each and every Monday and Tuesday night. You can find us right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, along with Swift MotorSports. We can be a short cousin. Jess is going to be out there in the chat cheering on her favorite group of drivers in the field. Jess, a good run so far here tonight with both Gann, Dutton, and Cray. Todd turning the night around after what seemed to be somewhat of an abysmal start, right? To the road course race here tonight from the Glen. Holy my God! Did you see how much that 3 closed in? My, ooh. That boy good through the bus stop. On the downhill side of things tonight from the Glen, we're going to have just 19 to go next time by. Race leader Dave Seats out to a 13-second advantage now into tonight's race. We're well over the halfway point, 5 laps into this round of the green flag run here tonight from the Glen. Close little battle as we continue to watch Roy Fernandez and Todd Cray go at it. Fernandez looks to be the faster driver of the two for the moment, but just kind of can't really do much with Cray. Great drive, great run so far here tonight for both of these drivers, sitting 5th and 6th on the raceway. Todd Cray, as we've already mentioned, up 4 positions from where he qualified back in that 9th spot, now with a solid top 5 run. A little bit of distance to try to cover to catch up to Cody Sleeper to battle for that 4th spot. Sleeper about 10 seconds in front. Not that it's not doable. It's just going to take... It's either going to take being pretty flawless over the course of these next 18 laps, or it's going to take a mistake out of that Detroit gasket. MGM brakes. 01 of Sleeper. This is your only battle on the racetrack for the moment. We're going to keep it right here with these guys as they continue the hot hand here tonight from Watkins Glen International Speedway. Back across the stripe, and Fernandez going to head to pit road. On to pit road for his final stop of the night. Roy Fernandez going to be the first driver onto pit lane. Meanwhile, back out front, your Premier Racing Senate Pole Award winner continues to lay down lightning fast laps, still under that 114.5 second bracket. Hounded Jason Branch. Ford Mustang and Jason Branch, he's going to try to see if he can't walk away here. Still needing to hit pit road for his second green flag stop. Bailey Dutton going to pull the 26 to pit road. This time around, he's going to be the first to pit road. Between himself and Justin Gann, we'll see if that puts a twist on the battle for that final spot inside. Well, not the final spot, I guess that's the final 2 positions inside of the podium. I don't think, and I and no disrespect to the field, I don't think it's no longer a race for first. It's done. It's over. 14. He gone. He's already beginning to look at loading the hauler for next week's race down in the Queen City. Charlotte Motor Speedway going to host 125 laps next Tuesday night. Right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network with Swift MotorSports airs iRacing Paint's Xfinity Series, so keep your calendars marked for that one. Make sure you got some popcorn It's going to go down at the Beast of the Southeast, Charlotte Motor Speedway. Always a barn burner, will be under the lights. Just great nighttime action. But first, we got to see a driver celebrate here tonight. Right, somebody's got to do something and have some fun. Somebody has got to try to do something. With Dave Seats, man, looking at the time he's scoring, and there's just nobody able to maintain the pace that this 14 is. Justin Gant sitting in the second position for the time being. 1:15.01. That's going to be 0.4 of a second slower than your race leader, Dave Seats, this deep into a run. Still being 0.4 of a second faster. Man. And how about Fernandez? Sitting off of the lead lap now. The Cuban Missile Rocket needs to find a way to fire himself back inside of the top 5. Sitting in that 6th position for the moment. 1 lap down. With a handful of drivers still yet to make their green flag stops. Justin Gant going to pull the pit lane this time by Todd Gray. Still yet to make his second stop of the evening. Bailey Dutton sitting in 4th position. All ready to pit road, lap number 28. Working lap number 30 is your race leader. Heading through the bus stop, will we see Seats head to pit road this time around, or will he try to squeeze yet another lap? I'm telling my driver, do you think you got enough fuel? Give me one more. I mean, why not? You're out there with a 53-second advantage. You almost have the entire field. 1 lap down. Why not stretch this thing? What's the worst that could happen? You run out of fuel. I mean, that is pretty bad, right? I mean, excuse us. It's hard to win a race with no fuel. I get it. Right, but let's say you run out in turn number 10. No real big deal. You'll get to pit road. You'll get to your pit box. You'll give up time, sure, but look how much time you got to give. And really just waiting for the raw feedback on that comment, waiting for somebody to bring it to the attention. Well, he's still got to make his green flag pit stop. That's going to take about, excuse us, that's going to take about 45, 46 seconds. So in reality, still with about an 8-second advantage, and he's going to put that whole scenario to rest as Dave Seats going to head to pit road. Key thing here is, will Dutton be able to close in enough to pick up that position and take first place away, or will Seats lead this thing flag to flag? We're going to go back to the battle, because guess who it is again? Bailey Dutton, Justin Gant going at it once again. Second and third, Dutton to pit road 2 laps sooner. And there it is. There's the difference right there. Back into that second position is Dutton. Down and away in his pit box is Dave Seats. He'll head off of pit road, bring it up to speed, and still have a massive advantage with just 13 laps now remaining here from the Glen. You've been watching the Xfinity Series race number 8 here in season number 6 with Swift MotorSports Airs iRacing Pace. Thank you all for joining us here tonight. If you've just joined us, well, you've missed a lot of great racing action here from Watkins Glen you've been here all night. We do appreciate you joining us throughout the course of tonight's race. If you haven't already done, show these drivers some love and appreciation. Be sure to drop them the thumbs up. That lets these guys know that there's somebody out there watching, and there's somebody that enjoys all the action they bring you week in, week out. It's not just about what's going on here tonight at the Glen. It's about what's happened each and every Tuesday night for the past 8 weeks, and what's going to happen for the next, the next 8 weeks as well. We've got championship racing right around the corner. Coming your way shortly, we'll shift gears into championship mode. So before you go, if you don't mind, remember to join us in that continued push to 4,000 subscribers. Show the drivers the love, drop the thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell. Over there, the right-hand side, get yourself a fancy little notification anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Great racing action 7 days a week. You can find your adrenaline fix right here with your home for e-speed. It's the Turn 3 Racing Network. Swift MotorSports airs iRacing paints Xfinity Series down to the final 12 laps. Tight battle between Dutton and Glen for second and third. After almost making contact with his teammate, Bailey Dutton gave up about 2 seconds before heading to pit lane 2 laps prior. Then Justin Glen, running on the racetrack behind him, only a half a second separate the teammates. Will we see Glen be able to reel in Dutton the way that we watched Bailey reel in that 30? We got some more battles. Tell you what, let's go back here a little deeper in the field. It's not always about what's out front. We gotta bring you the racing action where the racing action lives, and that's all over the track here tonight. A battle now between Tommy Haynes and Jason Branch, 6th and 7th on the speedway. John Wimbish on track just behind him. The Valvoline number 56 machine just struggling here tonight at the road course. And I don't want to overstep, but I can guarantee you John going to be much happier. Much happier when we head to Charlotte Motor Speedway next week. He doesn't have to wait very long. Only 10 laps remain here tonight from the Glen before we'll wrap up the doubleheader road course week here with Swift MotorSports. Thank you all for joining us all week long here from the Glen. I know the town appreciates all the fans coming in, piling in the stands, selling out this sold-out packed house. Once again, here with Swift MotorSports, so some great racing fans up north, and we're going to go back up north. Let's go back to the battle inside of your podium positions. Race leader get across the line this time by Give Us 9 to go, 15.3 seconds out front. Woo. Dutton a little loose on entry right there, back on the gas a little bit early. That's going to open up the door for Glen. You cannot go side by side through the S's. Ooh. My God. They gonna test it though, ain't they? Both drivers a little bit of a drift out of the corner coming down onto this long backstretch. Hard on the brakes, you can hear him downshifting. Oh, all over the curb. See now Dutton driving a little bit more, I don't want to say aggressively, but it looks like he's driving with a little more sense of urgency. Todd Cray looks like he's going to give Roy Fernandez a little bit of company as well. 4th and 5th going to go at it on the racetrack. We don't want to break away from this battle just yet, but we're going to do it for just a moment. These drivers make their way through the uphill section of the track, heading into the final 2 corners. Roy Fernandez sitting in that 4th position. Todd Cray in 5th, looking for a little bit more. We're going to jump back and forth to both of these battles. Tell you what. We're going to let the producers over there dictate which battle we're going to stick with and which battle we're going to go to. Things heating up between Cray and Fernandez. Dutton and Gann continuing to go at it. Only 7 laps now remain from the Glen. Less than 20 miles of racing action laid out ahead of these drivers to finish tonight's the Glen 45. Race leader looking to work his way around. The 56 of John Wimbish. The 56 going to fall yet another lap down. He's going to fall 3 laps down now as we shift our focus back to the battle between the 2nd and 3rd on the racetrack up through the S's to the backstretch once again. Again, continuing the pressure. And at what point, if you're Justin Gann, do you really just send it off in a corner? Right? At what point do you show the nose and you make your intentions very aware? How about the pass there? Todd Cray able to make a move on Roy Fernandez. He's going to pick up the position. Fernandez going to fall back to 5th. Cray going to pick up a 5th spot now into 4th. Man, I tell you what, there has been some great racing action here from the Glen tonight. Just flat out great road course racing. Bailey Dutton, one of the drivers that was here last night. We talked to him in the post-race interviews. He walked away 3rd in the Performance Motorsports Truck Series Glen 45. Looking to back it up with a podium finish here tonight behind the wheel of his Xfinity ride. We asked him in that post-race interview if he felt like racing the truck gave him any advantage. The side-by-side down into the bus stop. That's going to get it close. Woo. We asked him if it was going to give him any advantage over his fellow competitors. He said he wasn't sure if it was going to give him an edge over the competitors, but it was going to give him a ton of confidence coming into tonight's race. Not really the road course racer. And Dutton showing why last night's race was so important for him. Giving him that confidence level he needs to push it at times here tonight. And able to reclaim that 2nd spot. Looking to finish right where he started tonight. Race leader out of the way. Almost 22nd advantage for Dave Seats. Man, that is just... that's in a whole nother world. A little look further back through the field. And you can see a handful of drivers running around that 6th position. Is Jake H.E. He's got some lap cars with him. We're going to switch back here with Dutton and Gann, closing in on the back end of the drivers in front. But H.E. right there going at it with John Wimbish. So will the lap traffic have a deciding factor on the battle for 2nd and 3rd? Race leader's going to get the high five from the boss man to the flag stand. Big moment for Justin Gann. Big moment for Justin Gann. All sorts of out of shape through the carousel. And there's Dutton sliding sideways. Remember, race fans, remember Dutton to pit road 2 laps prior. Then Justin Gann. Gann does have those fresher tires. Are the good years given up? And Gann nowhere to go out of 1. These guys trying to give me a heart attack. Telling me. I swear they say they love me, but sometimes I wonder. I'm just joking. Just jokes. Just kidding, people. Just kidding. Wimbish gonna move to the outside of the carousel, allow Dutton again to continue at it. Out of the carousel again, trying to carry the momentum. Super loose out there. As race leader gonna cross the line, give us just 3 to go here tonight at the Glen. Less than 10 miles of racing remain. Dutton, a little out of shape, gonna run wide into the final corner. A little too far back this time into 1 for Gann to really make any moves. Really trying to look at an opportunity to pass. He's going to have to carry the momentum off of 1. Great job there. He's going to be all over the rear deck lid going up through the uphill S's. And you can really set a driver up right here on the corner exit if you get the run right. And they struggle with a little bit of grip on the exit. You can really close in. You can see Gann closing in, not quite going to get there. Big run through the bus stop. Gann is there. He is letting Dutton know you are not going to walk away easily here tonight. Meanwhile, popsicle sticks will go on display for your race leader. Dave Seat's going to cross the line and give us just 2 to go here from the Glen. Man, we want to give credit where credit is due and give your race leader all the credit and TV time he deserves, but we're trying to bring you all of the action here tonight as well, so we want to keep it here with this battle for just a moment. Tommy Haynes with a big problem. H.E. with a problem as well. Nick Hunt with a problem. He's on the inside wall. You can see that depends down below machine. Shimmy and shaking and smoking just a little bit as he gets back underway. What a night of racing action here from the Glen. Some spins here for 2nd and 3rd. Final spots on the podium yet to be determined, but coming through the final 2 corners. Back across the stripe this time by, he's going to give us the white flag on display. We'll have 1 to go. White flag flies. Final lap for Swift MotorSports Airs High Racing Paints Xfinity Series. You're watching the Glen 45. Dave Seats out and away. Your premier racing setup pole award winner has led every single lap here tonight. Has the fastest lap as well. The Seats on a Sunday drive back to the line. We're going to rejoin that battle for 2nd to 3rd though. Back down into turn number 1. Gann looks to the outside. Bailey Dutton covering that inside lane going into the first corner of the uphill chicane. again gonna have to test the grip. Getting down into this corner here, getting into the bus stop chicane. It's gonna be one of the final spots that he can make a run all over him. Big wiggles out of both drivers going through the chicane. Again looking, searching for some room. Not quite gonna get there as Dave Seats will cross the line. Checkered flag flies. Seats will walk away with your race win. There it is, out of the carousel, and that has settled it. Big hit in the back. Ray Chief, the 77. Gonna have some problems at the end of tonight's race. Running super wide is Bailey Dutton. Oh my gosh. Giving it up in the final two corners. He's going to run super wide, and Dutton will give that second position back to Justin Glen. We're going to rejoin your race leader. Give this man credit where credit is due. It has been a very long time since we've seen a dominating performance like this at a road course. Here with Swift Motorsports, and Dave Seats does not disappoint. My goodness. Whew. Over a 20-second race lead across the line. My gosh. So as Seats works his way back around the track on his cool down lap, he's going to bring the car around, give the fans in the stands a little smoke show, a post-race celebration in order here tonight. For that 14 machine, he's going to be sipping champagne and toasted with wine here tonight in beautiful upstate New York wine country. Gonna celebrate a fresh face to victory lane, Dave Seats. Gonna walk away with a checkered flag. We're gonna step away for just a moment, get things set up and ready to go for your post-race interviews. Don't go don't go anywhere, race fans. We promise we can talk. We'll be back after this brief commercial break. And back trackside as promised, ready to go with your post-race show here tonight from Watkins Glen International Raceway. The doubleheader has been completed. What a run, what a night. 2 nights of racing action, as a matter of fact, and we're going to bring a driver that we talked to last night, finishing in third. He's going to follow it up with yet another podium finish here from the Glen tonight. Bailey, how you feeling? How you doing after another solid finish here from the Glen?
Not bad. I'm in a podium spot, so I'm not gonna complain.
Well, you speak of not complaining. I mean, last night we talked to you, and you said that you don't know that the podium finish would give you any momentum or anything more than confidence really behind the wheel. And it looked like it showed here tonight. You had some great racing action all night long between you and your teammate and inside of the top 3 positions. So all in all, a great run. Walk us through those final few laps, though. What happened into turn 10?
Yeah, after Justin drugged me last night by 38 seconds, I felt like if I could just hang with him, I'd have a pretty good day. But the last few laps are just me being terrible at road courses. Gave up a spot trying to beat a teammate over bragging rights.
Well, if being a terrible road course racer puts you on the podium back-to-back nights, by all means, I will be a terrible road course racer myself.
Listen, I'm terrible at racing road courses. I'm just really good at saving the race car somehow. That's what saves me.
I'm not good at racing them. I'm just good at not wrecking them. I gotcha.
That's it.
I gotcha. Well, I mean, it pays to keep it out of the arm curb barriers. Gonna pay off for you here tonight. It looks like your race lead will increase, your points lead, I should say, leaving the race here tonight. So all in all, just an all-around great night for you. Just a handful of weeks left behind the wheel before we start the championship run. How you feeling about the rest of this season?
Pretty good. I feel like this season's been a good season. I've hit a stroke of luck and done good, and I can't really say I've had a bad race this year. So hopefully that can continue on the rest of the season.
Well, man, congratulations on yet another podium finish here tonight. Before we let you go, you know the drill. We're going to step back, and the floor is yours.
Yes, sir. I want to thank you and everybody at Swift for putting this on and making this possible and making it fun for us to come back and watch. And congrats to Dave and Justin on their first and second place finishes, and then everybody at Assassin, Justin and Todd and Darren, and I believe that's it.
Well, man, we're back to ovals next week. You can get back into your comfort zone. Get ahead to the Beast of the Southeast, Charlotte Motor Speedway. So I know you're going to be liking that a lot more, but nonetheless, a great night, a great 2 nights in a row for you and your crew. Until next time, my man, stay safe and, of course, keep it fast.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Dave.
All right, there you have it. Final few words for the man that walks away with third for the second night in a row. Bailey Dutton will park that 26 Toyota Supra on the podium. Walk away with third place points. Maintain the overall points lead heading into Charlotte next week. But let's dial in and dial up a driver that unfortunately was locked and left out of victory lane. Justin, you weren't able to make it 5 races in a row, but you did make it 5 in a row on a podium. How good you feeling about tonight's run?
Yeah, I mean, I felt good, man. I was a little disappointed the way I passed Bailey. He made it difficult, and I wish we could have raced it. But I'm happy with the P2 for sure. Would have been happy with the P3. But yeah, overall it was fun. The last 10 laps or so, me and Bailey raced pretty hard, and it was, I mean, really fun time.
Well, I would be disappointed in my teammate for stepping on his own toes at the end of the race the way he did as well, man. A little bit of you might be able to, throw a little shade his way here and there over the course of the next week about it. But with the road courses now behind us, shifting gears back into the oval side of things, final 2 weeks of the regular season, how you feeling looking forward to that championship?
The I would say the win streak I was on, and really the top three. As long as I finish up there, to me that's good momentum. So, um, I think we're looking pretty good. So, hopefully we can keep the momentum going. It would have been nice to get that 5 in a row, man. I don't think I've ever done that before, and unfortunately, I went this whole race without a incident point, and I haven't got one this whole season. And I got one like 10 laps to go or so, and so then it was kind of game on. I got a little more aggressive with Bailey there.
Time for the gloves to come off, huh?
Yeah, I got my incident points, so the 0x for the season was gone. But that I went through the bus stops, and actually I was gonna set it up in the bus stop so I can get a good run and try to get to his inside in that sweep and turn. And I actually got a slowdown penalty. So I told Bailey too. I had a slowdown, and he still accidentally overdrove. So um, it was unfortunate, but really fun racing him. So I had a blast.
Absolutely. Some great racing action on track between you two teammates. A lot of great action for the fans in the stands and everybody out in TV land to watch unfold here tonight from the Glen. So before we let you go here tonight, would you like to give any final shout outs? Thank you, Lefties. Any final words?
Oh yeah, got to thank Performance Motorsports, Hyperdrive Racing, Ayers iRacing Paint, Sim Magic, everybody over there at Assassin. Um, you know, you guys for putting on the broadcast for us. Everybody behind the scenes over there at Swift. Hopefully, cousin Jess is watching. Shout out to her. And I can't give Todd a shout out because he was here tonight.
Well, I mean, he was on track. He was. I mean, I guess you can say here. No, I'm just giving him a little bit of flack. Everybody knows I like to give Todd a little bit of words here and there. He finished fourth, by the way, just so you know. So, I mean, he was here, just nowhere near the front. But anyways, that's a whole different story.
Was
Just,
any of us really near the front?
I mean, if you want to be honest, no. I mean, you guys. I mean, I hate to say it. I'm gonna get over to Victory Lane here in just a second, but boy, you guys, you better hire a road course coach because Seats got y'all covered.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to save the replay and ride in his car the whole race.
He was outstandingly fast here tonight, but nonetheless, Justin, a great finish for you again. We'll look to see how you go as we get back to the ovals next week. Until then, my man, stay safe and of course, keep it fast.
Appreciate it, Dave.
All right, there you go. Little cut up at the end there between myself and Justin again. Gonna walk away second. That's gonna put an end to his run at race wins. 4 in a row, nothing to shake your head about. 5 podiums in a row still for Ganso. Still got a great streak going here as it all comes to an end at the Glen. Gann gonna walk away with second. That's gonna lead us right into victory lane to the man that I mean, he probably could have made an extra pit stop and walked away with this thing. He was the fastest in happy hour, the fastest in qualifying, fastest lap of the race, led every single lap. Dave, I don't know that there's anything you didn't do here tonight. How good's it feel to not just get that first win, but do it in such a dominating fashion?
Oh, dude, it feels great. I was waiting for this track.
Well, wait no longer. It's here, my man. Well, actually, it's gone already. You absolutely smashed that thing tonight. Man, was there anything that gave you any sort of trouble here tonight? You seem to be one of the only drivers that wasn't really struggling with any of the rear grip, especially into the braking zones.
No, I got a really good jump on the start and was able to get like a second gap in the first lap, which broke the draft into the bus stop. And after that, it just kind of just tried to make sure I hit my markers and didn't overdrive the car. Just one of those, try to drive as fast as you need to win, but don't overdrive and just let it go to you. So, but no,
Yeah.
I just let it ride.
Yeah, in the words of Anton Senna, when you try to win the race at the slowest pace possible. I know that sounds contradictive, but when you're out there and you're controlling things, you kind of want to. I don't want to necessarily say get out of your rhythm or your mojo, but you can kind of be a little more methodical and make sure you're actually hitting those best points, getting that good line in and out of those corners. And man, you were able to do so, just compounding that race lead after every single pit stop. The pit crew was amazing here tonight. It just all fell in line. But now we're going to look at something a little different here, Dave. We got ovals coming back next week. Final 2 weeks, we're heading to Charlotte Motor Speedway, then a tough little oval down there in South Carolina, Darlington Raceway. How you think you're going to go over these next 2 weeks in these final 2 regular season races?
Oh, I'll go back to my typical mid-pack. Road course racing that's what I enjoy doing. I do ovals to race with buddies, stuff like that. But road course, that's what I enjoy.
Well, man, it absolutely showed here tonight. Road courses is definitely your wheelhouse, and you may be getting a few calls from some of the other competitors in the field looking for a little bit of coaching tips because, man, again, you absolutely put it on here tonight, man. Walking away with over a 20-second advantage at the end across the line. Just job well done, my friend. Before we let you go and celebrate and enjoy all of the wine and cheese and crackers that comes with winning here at the Glen, would you like to give any final shout outs, thank yous, love yous, maybe thank anybody back at the race shop?
First of all, I want to thank the admins that put the league on, give us a place to race every week. Thank you for doing the broadcast. And then on the team, I want to thank TLDR. Missed Kevin this week. I think me and him would have had one heck of a race here in the front, but just fun racing with my buddy. And then the Full Send Graphics for doing the paint for me.
All right, well, Dave, again, congratulations with such a dominating performance here tonight, but also snatching that first race win of the season. They get a little bit easier after the first one, but we'll see how you go over the course of the next handful of weeks. Again, job well done, my friend. Until we meet again, though, keep that thing safe, and as always, stay fast.
Thank you, man. Have a good evening.
All right, there you have it. Final few words from Victory Lane. Dave Seats, not surprised. He was right where he believed he should be. And a belief was everything. It was proven here tonight. Dave Seats wore him out like a cucumber at a woman's prison. He was absolutely on it all night long. It doesn't get much better than that. Seats gonna walk away with the race win here tonight from Watkins Glen International Raceway. What a night, what a week of racing action here from the Glen. Swift Motorsports putting on one hell of a show, back-to-back nights. Man. And there it is, producers hitting those buttons in the background. You know the sounds. You know it's time for us to run down tonight's unofficial race results from Watkins Glen International Raceway. Walking away with a dominating performance behind the wheel of the 14 machine, Dave Seats will sit in victory lane. The hot streak gonna come to an end for Glen, but he will still finish on the podium. Back in second, Bailey Dutton. Deja vu. He'll finish in third. Once again here from the Glen, Todd Cray with a solid run up 5 positions from where he qualified. Biggest mover of the race, the Black Rifle Coffee Company number 22 will finish in 4th. Roy Fernandez, the Cuban Missile Rocket, gonna find his way to 5th with Nick Hunt back in 6th. Debut rookie here tonight behind the wheel of that 77 Speed Stick machine, Jake H. will slide home in 7th with Jason Branch in 8th. Tommy Haynes back in 9th. Cody Sleeper 10th. Gary May in 11th. John Wimbish and Casey Duncan finish out the 13-car field here tonight from Watkins Glen International Raceway. What a night of racing action. 2 nights in a row here from the Glen. Amazing, amazing action. We're going to shift gears and get ready to go back to the ovals. We'll see you at Charlotte Motor Speedway next Tuesday night, but before we cut off the lights and roll up the cords, if you haven't already, remember to join us in that push to 4,000 subscribers. Show the driver some love, drop the thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell. Over there on the right-hand side, get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave of the Cave, or anybody else back at the headquarters. We appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. So with that being said, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.